Twitter's new terms of service are completely Puritan and decidedly prejudiced against any and all imagery featuring fully empowered females. And I'm sick and tired of it. The communities that left in the great Tumblr exodus that came to Twitter thinking that they would be safe, thinking that they would have a home that would feature them prominently, have now just found out that they have no place left to go. Twitter's new terms of service reads as follows. They're going to be against any female content, any gratuitous gore, and their new sensitive media policy only got enhanced to give the moderators over at Twitter more power in expunging you, the NSFW artist, you, the connoisseur of the family friendly, you, the people that enjoy imagery of empowered females. They're in a mission, they're in a movement to expunge you all from Twitter. In the new terms of service, it's very vague. Graphic violence includes blood, bodily movements, and as bewildering as it sounds, family-friendly fluid. And when asked a Twitter representative whether this would mean a sweeping ban on BDSM content, they said that they had no comment outside the stated policy, so we can only speculate as to how they'll implement these policies, which are so overboard that a moderator's loose reading of them could potentially take as instructions to wipe out family-friendly content creators along with their violent offenders. So, this interview reads, another stipulation prevents users from posting violent, hateful, but also adult content on highly visible areas of Twitter, including live video, the bulk of many professional family-friendly accounts, which include a lot of clips to advertise the content. Adult would even likely extend to non-photographic portrayals of family-friendly exercises, since Twitter's adult content is defined vaguely as anything intended to cause family-friendly arousal, and explicitly covers cartoons, hentai, or anime involving humans or depictions of animals with human-like features, i.e. the furries. Well, maybe the furries could get a cod, maybe we could let that one slide. And the potentially catastrophic knock-on is when you do regularly post family-friendly content, you have to put your entire account behind the veil of marking it as sensitive, meaning that everything you tweet, adult or not, is blocked with a warning label. So that means any tweet, anything that you do will receive a warning label. I really feel for you, funny sexy DB, which you're invited to my Discord server. Like I want you guys to have a bastion, a sanctuary. I offer my services in that regard. So we have a series of tweets here. And while the loss of Instagram meant that family-friendly workers and artists were deprived of a marketing platform, and that was too bad, Twitter is an essential organizing tool. It's where family-friendly workers protested Proposition 60, which would have required family-friendly workers to wear the proper working equipment, and raised alarms about FOSTA and SESTA, and to get them together to spread safety information. Getting shut down, and even temporarily, that means that you're broken from the web of hundreds of thousands of followers cultivated for years of dutiful posting, whom help to spread your message. Journalists know that this is how most family-friendly work stories break, and it's the only platform where the subjects of our stories are starting the conversation. So this is coming from Celine Loop, an artist who works to include editorial illustrations for stories about family-friendly content, who has no reason to trust that Twitter will stop after its latest tweak of its sensitive media policy based on the running of its history of TOS changes that have ramped up after FOSTA and SESTA, she told Gizmodo. When I asked about the Twitter spokesperson whether it would be a artistic exception for depictions of family-friendly content, they simply said, depends on the context and the content. Tumblr, for one, implemented a similar explicit account designation in 2017 so that pages wouldn't show up when browsing via on an opt-in save mode or safe mode. Then it made safe mode the default, and then it banned adult content outright. Users could elect to label their post as sensitive or the whole account as explicit before moderators did it for them. The explicit account tag ended up just being a way for Tumblr's algorithm to more easily find adult family-friendly workers and adult artists and shut down their blogs without warning. Luke said all of my friends lost their Tumblr accounts, which could have thousands or tens of thousands of followers that allowed them to monetize their work as independent creators. That's tragic. That is tragic. And again, any artists, any connoisseurs, any people that are into family-friendly content and creation, you are more than welcome to my Discord server. I want you guys to have a sanctuary and a bastion of hope, and I hope to be that for you. Luke calls Twitter's sensitive marker a insane solution. She said that the vast majority of her tweets were innocuous images of food or ancient Greek and Minoan art, with only occasional dirty drawing. But very soon, after we began complying with this policy, we noticed that the accounts who had used the sensitive content filter were also being shadow banned with increasing frequency. This started in their family-friendly work Twitter, but made the jump to family-friendly illustration accounts. From the standpoint of artistic speech, evacuating Twitter seems to be migrating artwork to sites like Family Friendly Hub, where it all ultimately began to be swept away by the tide of family-friendly fluid. And this is disturbing, and I have to say, we're beginning to come into dark times as if we weren't already there. And all we can do, everyone out there in the anime community, in the gaming community, in the family-friendly work community, we need to unite. We see that people are trying to be mommy and daddy and big brother of the internet, trying to oppress women and make them feel embarrassed about their beautiful bodies and oppress them about how they feel and how they act and how they're allowed to interact. And they're trying to oppress these female artists who put their love and passion into their artwork, and they're trying to oppress them and tell them that it's wrong, and they're trying to cover them up. They're trying to mitigate and limit their work and their income. That's wrong. Enough! We need to disallow the oppression of female empowerment. We need to disallow and fight back against female oppression and bring glory to female empowerment. We have these artists working their hands to the bone to show the glory of female empowerment and the beauty of the female form. And you want to oppress it, you want to shadow ban it, you want to cover it up because you want women to feel disgusted about their beautiful bodies. Well, I won't sit aside and let that happen. And every artist, every family-friendly worker, every appreciator of the female form and female empowerment, we need to unite. All you artists, all you family-friendly workers, you will be more than welcome to congregate in my Discord server where we appreciate the female form regularly. We appreciate female empowerment. We appreciate females celebrating their bodies. It's wrong what Twitter is trying to do. It's oppression what Twitter is trying to do, trying to limit the income of these hard-working artists. Funny Sexy DB, I feel for you because you bring female empowerment every day, every artwork that you do, and we will not stand idly by and see this oppression. Every time patroller, every perfectionist, every alpha and omega, screw the betas, stand together and fight for our right for female empowerment and female appreciation. Ladies and gentlemen, we need to stand together or we can all fall apart.